Hades, baby's first introduction to roguelite video games. An industry paver and the game that got me into this idea of run-based games that are actually on my computer and not my phone, so it's an actual built-out, could have a story, game with a lot of great, wonderful changing content, and has more depth than just go place, go far, and isn't bombarded with ads that can just be turned off by running airplane mode. Are you talking about Hades? Can a guy just do what he wants? See, I can play non-deck building roguelikes. Well, gspree gang, in celebration of Hades 2 and me not having enough time to actually put together a full video on it, I'm gonna see if I can beat Hades 1 on the first try on a brand new save. I'm like 3 years out of practice, but I got like 55 hours in the game, so it's just like riding a bike. So surely it'll go fine. We're just doing it. If it goes well, great. If it doesn't, well, that kind of sucks, doesn't it? I think we got this. I think we're quite all right. If I die to a trap, I'm gonna auto. Wait. Hiya. Oh, I can send like. Oh, this is it. This is over for me. It's this one. Yep. Right on the edge of it. What? She's doing it again. There I go. There's my 4 damage that she just does for free because I'm a moron. I'm dead. I just gotta look. Oh, I can just stand off to this. Dude, what? I was so far on the other side of her dad. Huh? Well, 3 hours later, I can tell you that the game is a lot harder than I remember. Gang, I've got a level. I haven't seen Larnian in like 3 years. I've graduated college and moved twice since I've seen Theseus and the Minotaur. But still, for some reason, those 2 fights went better than Meg's fights combined. I really don't think I could make it to Act 4 and actually to Hades. Whereas I think the actual boss fight is manageable. I think it's just the act of getting to Hades and getting past Cerberus that's the problem for me, because I just can't deal with poison. I tried. I really did. 2 deaths against the Bone Serpent thing, 1 death to Theseus and the Minotaur, and 6 deaths to Meg for some reason in 3 hours. I think Hades is definitely beatable, and I haven't done any of my research, but I'm sure if you look up Hades beaten in 1 run, somebody's done it. Maybe you have to be specific and type in the first try, but nonetheless, obviously you can beat it. It's a roguelite. It's just not designed to be beaten, and if you don't know the game, you're likely not going to get to the 2nd, 3rd, final boss in the first run on a new save. For even the experienced gamer going into this with the mentality that you're going to beat it in the first run, Hades just has so many curveballs and quickly telegraphed attacks that would just get all up in and behind you so fast that you can't react properly. Not to mention you only start off with like 50 HP, and granted you can get up to like 100 to 200 range by the end of it if you're picking up those max health orbs. But at the end of the day, this is a roguelite with a hard T, because it does get infinitely easier the more that you play the game with these out of run upgrades. So it's designed to take multiple runs before you actually successfully escape Hades and hell, no matter how many times you just get flung back. I do remember how joyful this game is, and mixed in with the roguelike aspects, as well as the rich story it provides in run via short dialogue, long dialogue, the ambience of everything around you moving in this culminating peak of not only difficulty and introducing you to more enemies, but just the flow of the run in general, and you learning more about the gods and why you're here and why you want to get out. This game is just a treat. Not to mention the phenomenal art style and the piercing deep rhythms brought to us by Darren Korb yet again, just filling your needs for every single written and non-written language you can think of. But you probably already know that, and Hades 2 is obviously no different, and I'm not here to talk about boring overview stuff, so apologies for wasting your time. So obviously I didn't stick it through to the end. I already have a 9 to 5. I can't spend 50 hours a week grinding games and making videos on games, despite popular belief of doing this every single week. So I had to put a reasonable attempt into this challenge and chalk it up when I figured I'd kind of reached my threshold, when I inevitably didn't have the 20 hours straight to have an absolute perfect run. But it really was starting to go well. I had a really nice bell curve in like my progress. I stream this over on the Overstock channel and then also on twitch.tv/g_spree. Don't stream a whole lot, but if you're interested, you can go check it out. Overstock also has weekly videos over there on Wednesdays. And obviously I put most of my focus into this channel here, so if you're interested in roguelike games, be sure to drop a sub. But anyway, I put in a solid 3 hours into just runs, and I honestly relearned a lot. I'm bad but not awful at games. I've played video games before, so I think I'll be okay. I'm fairly optimistic. I can make great decisions and deductions, but my execution is just horrendous. Oh, she's doing this now? That I don't remember that. happening like that. And I love going absolutely goblin mode on solo streams like this, where I just get a roguex game and just go. Oh, especially roguex deck builders. I can talk nonstop for hours. So what about the run? I find it weird, but it's very much a freebie that the first boon that you get every single time is Athena's. It's not like this, obviously, in every single run, but on a brand new save, every single time I tried, I got an Athena boon. So I kind of had to get used to it. I was more partial to the Ares, Artemis, and Dionysus boons that I was getting, but these are the 4 gods that we interacted with this whole time. Athena's cool, but once I got my Divine Dash and my Phalanx shot for the alternate cast, I'm kind of set. I don't really need the 7% damage reduction, and I just absolutely hate boons that give me benefits when I take damage, because the whole idea of playing the game to me is not taking damage. So when I get boons like this, that when I get hit, I think it's like reflect damage back at whoever I got hit, it's usually that, because Ares has inflict doom to everything around you. So I'd like to stay away from those boons. So those 2 passive boons from Athena, I kind of just ignore. But I am really partial to Artemis's crit chance and the cast, which we'll get into in a bit. And a few of the Dionysus boons really started to grow on me. At first, I wasn't really a believer, but now I absolutely love the hangover. The effect, not the movie, is completely unrelated, but I have to make sure we're on the same page. And Ares boons that gives you doom just absolutely make me feel so good. I was looking for that on my attack or my special, and that was it. That was all I was set for. Real quick though, let's talk about the actual chamber rewards that you get, which, yeah, you can get all of the boons, which is great. We always love to see the boons. The pomegranate, the power upgrade things, they're cool, they're all right. I kind of personally would just rather have more boons than an upgraded boon, but I think you can honestly really go either way on this one. And of course you have the max HP thing, but then you also have this darkness and keys, which are the 2 things that we don't need, and we were getting them so often. It's just for outrun upgrades, so we kind of just go through the chamber, get the reward, and move on. Kind of just have to take the loss, but that's to be expected. However, against all my graces, I made it all the way up to Meg on 1 run with just 3 Athena boons and then 2 little passive upgrades. It was awful. All I was getting was Athena boons and darkness and keys. However, it was a valuable lesson in speed, and I just needed to take a deep breath and slow down and play safe. And for some reason, it was the first run where I actually beat Meg. I don't have money. I don't have boons. I don't have shit. This was actually, if I win on this run, I'm gonna be pissed, because I was given shit. I was given darkness and keys and 3 boons with 2 pomegranates. Just gonna be up in her face. I don't get it. I don't get it. Hello. This is abysmal. What? You're requesting immediate assistance. Dash away a little bit. Okay. This is just the longest haul. Ah, the traps. Who could have put these here? I don't. Gee, I really thought I did. Oh, she triggered the trap. She's a moron. She's a moron. Get her. What? And now I'm getting cocky. Not really cocky, but like I'm getting to a point where I'm like, ah, yes, she's on the verge of death. Surely I'll get her here. And then I hit her, but like not enough, you know? I'm gonna win. This is that. I'm upset. I'm actually quite upset. We can kind of just skip the Asphodel fight. I might touch on it in a little bit here, but I really just mainly want to focus on the build. I was able to secure an Ares boon that gave doom to my basic attacks, and then I was able to get that to like level 3 so that I could just throw out the wimpiest basic attack for like 20 damage, and then a second later doom would trigger for like an extra 160. Having doom on my special as well would have been absolutely amazing, but I eventually ended up having to get the Dionysus special, which I absolutely loved. Throwing in some extra damage over time, proccing every single half second, which got upgraded thanks to a duo boon I got between Ares and Dionysus to every like 3rd second. So it gave me a nice balance of proccing Doom and Hangover. And to be fair, if I had Doom on my special and my basic, I probably wouldn't be able to proc it as often, because it does have to, you know, give it that second. You can't multiple stack Doom procs, unfortunately, because that would be way too overpowered. However, the Hangover stacks can stack up to like 5 times. So you can just spam your special to your heart's content at some points, you know, within reason. So as long as I was able to just connect my attacks, my passive abilities would just kind of take care of the rest. I didn't get my Phalanx shot alternative cast from Athena, and I also didn't really want to work with the Ares cast because it's just, I mean, it's a nice blade whirlwind that spins around, but at best it can do like maybe 10 to 50 damage, and especially against bosses, you kind of need them to stay in one spot, which the only boss that does that is Laerni, which is, it's kind of the easiest boss out of the technically 4 that I've fought during this experiment. So if I'm building for bosses, I want something that sticks, you know, kind of just I press the button, throw out the cast, and don't really have to worry about it until I can go pick up the cast and resume, or, you know, continue, do it again. I unfortunately didn't get Athena's for this. Ares were throwing out the window. Artemis's would be really cool because it's kind of like a homing shot and it has built-in crit on top of doing a little bit extra damage. But I eventually picked up the Dionysus cast, which lobs out a big AoE gas cloud, which does like 140 damage on impact because I got it on epic rarity. And then about every single second, it stuns non-boss, non-shielded enemies, which is really helpful with locking down enemies in Elysium. It didn't really work a whole lot against Meg and then the Minotaur and Theseus, but I kind of didn't really have to worry about it. I kind of just tossed it out when I had it up. It wasn't, you know, another button that I needed to think about pressing all the time, which kind of helped my mental. Then I found the Asphodel way more manageable than I remember it being. The only thing holding me back here was I actually just died to Lerny 2 times instead of the 6 I died to Meg. Oh, I was so outside of that. Running away, running behind a... Damn it, I should have stayed behind the stone. But after that, we were able to move on. It was a lot easier to take down than Meg, and I didn't need as much warm-up time. I don't know what it is about Meg, maybe the crazy move speed and the ability to just cover like half the stage with a dash or that spinny thing that she does that throws out orbs. But I just seem to be caught on the cusp of damage just so often. It's maybe those hitboxes really just messed with me. And Elysium, the beginning of the heavy downhill spiral. It actually wasn't too bad. I bursted right down to Theseus and the Minotaur, and I only lost like 43 HP, which put me down to 6. But those chariots are no joke, and they really warmed me up for the Minotaur's charge. I grabbed a max health item with Chair on and then healed up, and then it was ready for the boss fight. I'm scared. I'm quite terrified. Yes, yes, yes. Death becometh. Ow. Also, I need to be aware, duly noted, that yo, ooh, ha ha ha, ha he he he, that thing you throw, yeah, it comes back. I need to be aware of that. Holy shit, the Minotaur from downtown! Ah, whoa, he's striking multiple times. I don't like that. I don't like it. Ah, fuck. Oh, hit the wall, please, hit the wall. Motherfucker. Mr. Minotaur, we need to talk. We need to have a deep talk about this. Okay, I died to the Minotaur though. Like, Theseus, 0 issues with. The Minotaur, like, the most terrifying thing in this room. And that went pretty well. And there you have it, a short and even shorter via video essay. Attempt at beating Hades 1 on the first try on a brand new save. I did this video sort of style thing already with Windblown, so if you're interested in that, I'll put like a card somewhere if I can remember and figure out how, if you'd be so inclined to click on it. I've got another Roguex challenge-y type video coming up shortly, so I hope you'll stay tuned. But anyway, gspree gang, thank you so much for stopping by. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day, night, week, weekend, and I will catch you the next time you catch me.